let's discuss logical programs. In the previous session, I had discussed what is decision making statements, if statement, else statement, else if statement. Okay, let's do some logical programs using decision making statement. So let's get started. So write a program to find entered alphabet is vowel or consonant using decision making statements. So I am going to use Visual Studio 2013. So this is a basic structure. So we'll just directly start with the program. Okay. See the program. Entered alphabet is vowel or consonant. So I am expecting from the user to enter only one alphabet. So the particular data type which I am going to take is going to be of which type? It is going to be of char type. Char type is nothing but it is able to store the particular value, only one alphabet it can store. So I am taking which value, which data type? I am taking char data type. Okay, now I am going to tell to the user at the console output, enter the character. Okay, enter the alphabet. Okay, alphabet. Enter the alphabet. Now the particular alphabet is going to be entered by the user. Okay. Now the alphabet is going to be entered by the user. So I am taking that particular alphabet and I am going to store in the variable A. I am going to store in the variable A whatever the user has entered. Okay. Now I am going to program using decision making statements. Okay, what is decision making statements? I am going to write the condition in the if is the keyword. I am going to write whatever the condition comes here inside this particular brackets. Okay, I am going to program the logic. What is the logic I need to perform? Whether the entered alphabet is vowel or consonant, whether the particular alphabet is vowel or consonant. Okay, what is vowel or consonant? Vowel is going to be called and then the particular alphabet is entered A, E, I, O, U. Okay, when I am going to expect the user has entered this particular I-A-E-I-O-U, then you are telling to the user the entered alphabet is vowel. Okay, so what should be the condition using logical operators? What are the different types of logical operators we have? We have logical AND, we have logical OR. Okay, now I am going to compare A double equal to. I am enclosing in single quote. I am enclosing A in single quote because this particular data type which I am going to enter is in the form of character. So character should be enclosed in single quote. When I am going to declare the data type as a string, then the string should be enclosed in double quote. Okay, now the particular A, it is going to compare whether the particular alphabet is going to be taken from the user, whether it is equal to A. Okay, whether it is going to be equal to A, or that's nothing but if this condition satisfies, or it can satisfy this condition also. What's the next condition? It's going to be AE. Okay, next again check one more condition. Okay, like that you are going to check how many conditions? A, E, I, O, U. Okay, you are going to check all these 5 conditions so that the particular if statement is going to be satisfied. If the entered user is going to enter any of this, then you are telling that entered character is going to be vowel. Okay. A, E, I, O, U. Okay, fine. Okay, now the particular user it is going to check. Okay, it's going to check whether the alphabet entered is going to be in A format or E or I or O or U. Okay, if you have entered either of these, then you are telling that the entered alphabet is vowel. Okay, that's all. Okay, that's how you are going to program ENDL, end of the line. After executing the statement, the cursor is going to blink in the next line. Okay, end of the line. The entered alphabet is vowel. Okay, entered alphabet is vowel. Else you are writing what statement? Else you are writing if this condition does not satisfy, there's nothing but the entered user apart from A, E, I, O, U. The entered alphabet is consonant. Okay, that's how you are going to display at the console. Okay, let's run this program and see. Okay, I am entering A. Okay, I am entering A. Now it is displaying the entered alphabet is oval. Why? Because see here, if it's going and checking the condition A double equal to A double equal to assignment operator. Okay, first it is going to check. It's going to relate. Okay, it's going to relate A double equal to. Okay, if you are writing A equal to A, then this A is assigned to this A. Okay, I don't want that one. I need to compare what the particular user is entering. Okay, if he is entering A. Oh, that's nothing but if this condition fails, go and check this condition. If this condition also fails, go and check this condition. Okay, if either of this is satisfying, then you need to print what value? You need to print the entered alphabet is oval. Okay, if above condition is going to fail, then it is coming to else block. Okay, let me give one more value so that I am going to enter the oval. I am going to enter some which is not a oval. I am entering the consonant. So this particular if statement is going to fail, and then it is coming to the else, and it is printing what? It is printing consonant. It is going to print consonant. That's how the particular program is going to work. Okay. Let us assume that the particular user he is entering every time the lowercase only. No, the capital letters also A, E, I, O, U. That also is going to be called as a oval. Then what's the change I am going to make? Then what's the change I am going to make in this? Okay, just copy this complete program and now that write down if it's the same program. I am checking these conditions also. What conditions? If the particular user has entered A, E, I, O, U in uppercase also, then also you tell that the particular alphabet is going to be called it as oval. Okay, call it as oval. Let me run this program. Because this C is going to be a case sensitive language. Even if you enter A or lowercase a or capital case A, then it is going to be considered as two different alphabets. Okay, now let me enter A. It is going to be called as entered alphabet is oval because this condition is satisfied this time. Now the particular user, if he enters A, E, I, O, U in lowercase or uppercase, then I am going to display the entered alphabet is oval. Okay, now I want to see at the console what the particular user has entered. What the user has entered. He has entered. Okay, he has entered. Okay, he has entered some alphabet, and I am telling that the particular alphabet is oval. Okay, is oval. Then the particular alphabet is not a oval, is a consonant. Okay, is a consonant. Then particular thing I am going to make a change in the program. This change. Okay, is a consonant. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's run this program. Okay, now I am entering E. Okay, I am entering E. E. Now see here. E alphabet is oval. Is oval because I have used here what? A I have used. Now it is going and taking what this particular A has. Okay. Now let's run this one and then I will give this consonant. Okay. Let me give some K. Okay, let me give K. Now it is showing K alphabet is consonant. Okay, that's how you are going to program to find whether the particular character is going to be oval or consonant. Using decision making statements. You are able to find whether a particular alphabet is going to be oval or consonant. Okay, now we'll do. Okay, then now write a program to swap two numbers using temporary variable without using or with using temporary variable. Okay, now particular A is holding. Okay, some variable it is going. Okay, let me do this. Okay. Now see here, the program what I am telling, if A is holding 2, okay, if A is holding 2 and B is holding some 3, okay, after the execution, now A should be taking 3 and B should take 2, okay, that's my requirement. Okay, now if the particular assignment is done A equal to 2 and B equal to 3, now you need to swap this A and B values using temporary variable and without using temporary variable. Okay, how you are going to declare this one? How many variables you need if you are taking temporary variable? You need one more variable. You need. Like if I am taking int A, B, I'm taking C as a temporary variable. Okay, now when I am going to use a temporary variable, Now, when I am using temporary variable, okay, for example, if I have two cups, in one cup coffee is there, in one other cup tea is there. Okay, now I want to swap this particular, whatever the content is there, tea to coffee and coffee to tea. Now, what I am taking one more cup and I am going to swap this value there. Now, coffee to tea is going to hold tea and tea is going to hold coffee. That's nothing but I am taking one more cup. That cup is nothing but the temporary variable. Okay, let's get started with this. Okay, now how you are going to program? Now I'm just hardcoding the values. I'm directly passing what is going to be A and what is going to be B. Okay, I'm taking A equal to 2 and B equal to 3. And what is my logic? C equal to B and B equal to A. Okay, now A equal to C. Okay, that's fine. Okay. See, now this particular after execution, what it is expecting C. Okay, what C is holding now? C is holding what? C is holding 3. Okay, C is holding 3. Okay, now what is B is holding? B is holding 2. Okay, after this execution, what the A value is going to be? A value is going to be 3. Okay, that's how the particular values is going to be swapped. B equal to 2 and A equal to 3. Okay, before what are the values of A and B? A is going to be 2 and B is going to be 3. Okay, that's how you are going to program. Now you can see before swap and after swap. Okay, see out. Okay, after swap value of A. After swap value of A. Okay, after swap value of A, where it is stored in A variable. Okay, the same I'm writing it here. After swap, what's the value of B? Okay, then now value of B is it's going to be stored in B. Okay, now before swapping I want to show what is the value of A and what is the value of B. Okay, before swap value of A and value of B. Okay, let's run this program and see. Okay, first it is going to be shown before swap value of A is 2 and before swap value of B is 3. Now after swap value is going to be A equal to 3 and B equal to 2. That's nothing but the values of A and B is swapped. This is how you are going to program by using variable. Okay, you are taking the temporary variable that's going to be C and then you are going to start the values of A and B. Okay, the next part is without using temporary variables. That's nothing but now you don't have the third variable. That C variable is not there. Then what is the logic you are expected? Logic is going to be C. A equal to A plus B. A is equal to A plus B and B equal to A minus B and then A equal to A minus B. Okay, A minus B. Okay, if you see the logic, what is going to be A equal to now? A is equal to A plus B. That's nothing but it is going to be A equal to 2 plus 3. 2 plus that's nothing but 5. Okay, now B equal to 5 minus 3. That's going to be 2. Okay, now B is holding what value? It is holding 2 value. Okay, now in this statement A equal to 5 minus 2 because in this particular B what is it is holding 2. Now B here I am going to subtract with B, that's nothing but minus 2. So I am going to get 3 here. That's now you can see this particular values it is swapped. Okay, A is going to be taking before 2 3 and now B is taking 2 and 3. Okay, now it is swapped. Let's run this program and see. This is how you are going to program without using any temporary variable. Before swap value of A is 2, before swap value of B is 3 and now after swap A equal to 3 and B equal to 2. Okay, that's how you are going to program with using temporary variable and without using temporary variable. So we understood? Okay. Thank you.